I was spotted by a black bear. When I was a kid, I went to the mountains with my grandfather to pick up branches. It was cold and foggy. I saw a figure not far away, waving at me. I was about to speak when I covered my mouth. He held me and stepped back carefully, until the shadow at the foot of the mountain completely disappeared. My grandfather dared to breathe heavily. He held me and ran towards my home. When I got home, my grandma asked the old man what happened. My grandfather panted and said, "Bear. I saw a black bear in the mountains. Our village is surrounded by mountains. There are wild wolves and foxes in the mountains, but I've never seen a black bear." I said, "Why didn't I see a black bear?" "I saw a figure." "I also said you were young. I don't know how powerful this black bear is. He imitates people." I was stunned for a few seconds before I reacted. "He just waved at me. Wanted to lure me over and eat me." My grandfather frowned. He said black bears love to eat children's flesh. My grandfather finished speaking. Then I told my grandma that there was a black bear on the mountain. "I have to tell the villagers to avoid being eaten by a black bear." My grandma frowned and said, "Old man, be careful on your way. It's foggy today, so don't run into a black bear." My grandfather took out a sickle from the barn. "Carry on your back." He said, "Come inside. It's daytime. Black bears still don't dare to enter the village." After saying this, my grandfather went out with his sickle on his back. It's very foggy. My grandfather just took a few steps and I couldn't see his back. My grandma closed and locked the gate. My grandma said, "Little tiger, come in quickly." I said, "Grandma, why don't you come into the house?" "I have never seen a black bear." But it's still an instinctive fear. Fear of black bears. I took the bowl and put it on my sleeves, smiled and said, "Wait till I finish washing this clothes. I'll go into the house. Come into the house quickly." My grandma continued washing clothes after saying this. I went into the house first. Black in the earth and calm. I heard a knock on the door. The knock on the door was very loud. My grandmother glanced towards the gate. Because of the heavy fog, I can't see far away at all. I don't know who is knocking on the door. My grandma shouted towards the gate, "Who is it?" No one responded. My grandpa put down the clothes in his hand. He called out to the gate again, "Old man, is that you?" Or no one responded. Then there were 2 door knocks on the door. I feel like my iron door is about to be smashed with the holes. My grandma frowned. His face turned ugly. He hurried into the warehouse. A pile of dry branches burst out from the barn. He threw the dry branches on the ground, light a fire with a match, but his hands holding the matches were shaking. I ordered a few, but none of them lit up. I ran to the yard, ran to my grandma. "What are you doing?" My grandma saw me coming out. I got anxious instantly. He shouted at me, "Why are you coming out? Come in." My grandma lit a match while yelling at me. My grandma took off her coat again, wrapped in dry branches. This time the fire was lit. A raging fire broke out instantly. Dispel the fog around. My grandma kicked me into the house. He stood in the yard with a torch in his hand. He just stood in the yard until the fog cleared. It's almost noon. All the branches on the ground were burned clean. My grandmother sat on the ground, heavy breathing. I ran over and asked Grandma what happened. "Why did you light the fire?" My grandma touched my head. Whispered that the person who knocked on the door just now was not a human. "It's Black Bear. He will come back." My grandmother just finished speaking. My grandfather entered the hospital. He looks bad. Frowning. My grandma asked him what happened. I sighed too. He said that the villagers didn't believe there were black bears on the mountain. I was stunned for a few seconds. He also said that I was old, and my eyes were blurry, and I saw it wrong. He said I heard a knock on the door just now. I asked who. "No one talks every time. I suspect it's a black bear." I lit the dry branches at home. My grandfather dinged Ave. He first looked at me carefully. "Make sure I'm okay." I looked carefully again and saw that my black bear didn't enter the yard. My grandma said it's boring. I was relieved too. He walked towards the gate of the courtyard again. My gate is made of iron. The iron on top is obviously concave, and there are bare footprints on the ground. I also said bare footprints. I didn't notice it when I entered the hospital just now. I just realized that I called the villagers over. Let them see it for themselves. After saying this, my grandfather left the hospital. Not long after, he called the villagers to my yard. Let the villagers see the bare footprints at the gate. I have seen bare footprints. The villagers all have interesting faces, whispering that it was indeed a bear's footprint. What can I do? The bear has gone down the mountain. Gotta kill this bear. Peel off the bear skin and hang it at the entrance of the village. The villagers were talking about it. They all want to catch and kill the black bear. My grandfather has some prestige in the village. He said the black bear was very smart. I can only kill him. Who wants to go to the mountains with me to catch black bears? As soon as my grandfather finished speaking, the noisy crowd suddenly became quiet. No one is talking. Everyone is afraid to go up the mountain and no one talks to them. My grandfather also said that the black bear was on the mountain. Sooner or later, it will hurt someone. We can only avoid being eaten if we act early. The villagers are all talking about. No one said catching bears. I saw no one stood up. He said this. Let's follow the ancestral rules. In the village, all married people with children follow me up the mountain to catch black bears. There is strength in numbers. I am not afraid of my grandfather's words. Someone asked Uncle, "How big is that bear?" It's not big, about 500 to 600 kilograms. Like your fat pigs. The villagers laughed out loud. I don't know what they are laughing at. My grandfather said that black bears weigh 500 to 600 kilograms. The villagers became bolder. Men in their 40s and 50s. Carrying a knife in hand, I followed my grandfather up the mountain. My grandma is afraid that a black bear will come. Take me to live with my third uncle in advance. My third uncle's family is an interview. And there are 2 big black dogs in the yard. Safer than my house. My grandma and I just came into the house. My uncle's face changed. He pulled me forward and took a closer look. Then I told my grandma that the child was targeted by a black bear. You run with him. The farther you run, the better. I was stunned for a few seconds. He asked what it meant to be stared at by a black bear. My third uncle said that this child smells like a black bear. He will eat the moustache sooner or later. Run away. My third uncle is the only one in his family. He met a black bear when he was young. There were 3 of them at the time. The black bear ate his 2 companions first. When I smelled my third uncle, black bear is full, but I still ate one of his legs. At least I saved my life. My grandma looked at my third uncle in confusion. He said, the guy with the moustache has also taken people to the mountains to catch black bears. 40 or 50 people can definitely catch a black bear. My third uncle sighed. He said black bears are smart. It's not possible to catch him with more people. Run away. My grandma asked where to run so late. My third uncle said, there is a donkey cart in my yard. You take advantage of the day before it gets dark. Wear a moustache and hide in town. If it gets dark, you won't be able to leave. My grandma said anxiously. Hiding in the house can still come in. My third uncle said, don't say it's a house. Even if you hide in an iron shell, he can also crush you to death. Listen to my advice. Run as far as you can. My grandma frowned, with fear in his eyes. He said I was running alone with my moustache. I'm not sure. From our village to town, there are 50 to 60 miles of mountain roads. The road is difficult to walk. Traveling by donkey cart, it takes at least 5 or 6 hours to get to town. My third uncle sighed. He said even if you are unsure, you have to run with your moustache too. Better than waiting to die.